Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, and while it is late in the evening, I think it still counts as a Tuesday stream. It's going to be a date with Destiny, although she is way late at the moment. So until then, I'm going to continue leveling my Death Knight, tanking while she's practicing healing with her monk. I think ultimately planning on being a Walker of the Wind variety, potentially as a new raid main for 9.1. But right now having a lot of fun with some Mistweaving, the healing spec. So we've just kind of been doing random dungeons together as a means of leveling. While she is otherwise engaged, I'm gonna do one. Still have the Sanguine Hibiscus. Good, 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 good. One of those days where I was so tired and so busy all day that I thought I would just skip it, but that's what happened like the last 2 weeks in a row, so it may not be the highest quality stream we've done in a while, but it will happen, and I think that's important. Consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. What is this wait time? I'm a tank, damn it. Never really tanked on the DK before, like at any kind of meaningful level. I've leveled a couple of them just for shits and grins, like to 30 or 40. Never had a capped DK, I don't think. But I find that at least early on, I don't have a lot of, like, coming from a bear tank, I don't have a lot of spammable, isn't necessarily the right word, but a lot of good AoE. I dropped my Death and Decay, which is awesome, but that's on a 15-second cooldown. I've got a little bit of damage from this one Blood Boil on a 7-second cooldown, but I feel like if I miss somebody with either of those, I'm spending a lot of time tab targeting to different units, which, like from a world of thrash and swipe, you know, usually that's enough to hold in most AoE situations. So I'm kind of hoping, like, I don't know, this cooldown gets smaller, or I don't know. Like, I wish Marrow or Heartstrike hit multiple targets, or Marrow Rend hit multiple targets. I think Heartstrike hits one other, but if it was like everybody in a 180-degree cone or something, that would be more helpful. Maybe it will make more sense as I level, but I feel like now it's sometimes challenging to hold AoE threat. It's worse when it's like 2 DPS that decide to single target on 2 different mobs than spending a lot of time taunting and gripping. More than I ever remember doing on the Paladin or the Bear. But the damage is good. There's the damage from the last one we ran together, out DPSing most of the actual damage dealing classes. So hopefully that's not nothing. Apparently a bad time to run keys. Or keys, wow. A bad time to run dungeons. Where am I hearthed? The trade district, of course I am. Good gerb, numbnuts. We're gonna go over here. I don't know why Azeroth Autopilot insists that I set my hearth here, but it's really freaking the fuck out, so I think we're just gonna go do that so it leaves me alone. Since we're waiting on the queue anyway. Normally I wouldn't give in to terrorism, but I wonder why this specific N2 and not the one in the trade district. Like, why the Dwarven district way out here in the middle of nowhere?
Safe travels.
Hmm. Wants me to pick a new timeline? I wonder if it's going to tell me that I just have to do Warlords because that's faster. I don't know if that's even still the case. But at one point, Warlords was definitely the fastest.
Is this really if a scary orc offers
Yep,
you something to
it sure
do,
is.
you probably want to say no.
Alright, well, between dungeons I'll quest where it is most efficient to quest, I suppose. I have never waited 5 minutes as a tank for a leveling dungeon in my life. It seems like we're just waiting for a healer. I used to have, pocket heals, we call them. Wish I could just tick a box that said, don't really need a lot of healing. Willing to roll the dice with 4 DPS. Well, hopefully this load screen doesn't take 20 minutes, or 30 seconds. Oh, it doesn't even matter. My goodness. The number of healers that are just changing their minds, I guess, about queuing up. I don't know. I want to, but I don't. It's doing weird stuff with the grid, too. Well, fun. I do like not being dismounted in tank spec. I don't remember when that happened, but that was a big quality of life improvement. Well, for tanks, I suppose.
Knowledge is power. Be vigilant, friend. There is much. We're all counting on you.
Really don't want to disappoint Dadgar, but he maybe shouldn't count on me.
Hello, what are we doing?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Oh no.
I've been in queue for 7 minutes, 8 minutes and 20 seconds now, and I just need a healer. I have never waited this long as a tank in my entire life.
What level are you?
19?
I can heal.
I know. That's what I've been trying to explain to the stream.
Sorry, had puppy stuff to take care of.
You are...
Are you ready to be wowed by my monkey healing abilities?
I am prepared to be wowed because you're a monkey. That is true. Sorry, adjusting my camera a bit. The game... Let me drop out of this. And requeue. Now that I've got a friend.
Yeah.
Would you like a Warlords of Draenor dungeon or a Burning Crusade dungeon?
Wah, wah, wah.
You're welcome.
I'm not sure what that was, so I'm not sure how thankful I am.
Oh, wow.
I caught my one viewer up to speed on the fact that you are considering Monk, potentially as a new raid main, but that for right now we are just having fun leveling in dungeons, when we play together, that is, and that you've been having some fun healing.
Yes. Well, I've only done it now once, like for one play session, and didn't hate it. I actually kind of really love the whole channeling Soothing Mist on somebody and then throwing instant cast stuff onto them. So, yeah, that's pretty fun, actually.
That's not nothing.
Now we're waiting for DPS. So, the one thing, and this will be nice because you're actually on comms with me so I can talk to you. The last one that I was in, I was having a hard time with, why can't I use Zenflight here? I'm guessing because I haven't unlocked that version of flying yet.
Possibly so.
Hmm.
Iron Docks.
Because I have so much fun with that whole channeling and then just instant casting, I was running out of mana a lot, as you might imagine. And I didn't have any water with me, so that was kind of awkward. But I did stock up on water, so I now have some. This shouldn't be a problem.
You learn the very valuable healing lesson of make sure you have access to mana.
Yes. Oh, I think I just put that on the wrong person. I'm still learning where my buttons are, because I actually have this character set up better than any of my other healers.
Which I don't know how much that's actually saying, but yeah.
I do really like the whole Soothing Mist thing. I think that's pretty fun.
It is pretty
It's very different because, like, I've done priest healing, I've enjoyed shaman healing quite a bit. There's something about this that I like.
Oh, I can't interrupt that.
Oh, and since you taught me about mouse over macros, since I was not using those before, I also have my dispel on mouse over macro, and that makes life really much better. Like, huge quality of life improvements here.
Those are important if you're not going to, especially if you're not going to be playing with a grid something or like a full healing UI replacement like Voodoo. Then I think mouse overs are probably a have-to-have.
Oh, I play with grid. I just use the mouse overs on the grid. Is
Yeah.
that not how you're supposed to do it?
No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. I was saying, like, there are some people who would prefer to just do everything through mouse clicks rather than like have them bound to buttons. Like, all of my healing spells are some variation of mouse clicks through Voodoo, so I don't have to mess with the mouse over macros.
I just absolutely love that I can instant cast those other two heals while I'm channeling. I think that's just amazing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
So it might just be because it's new, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I looked away for a second because I somehow got logged out of Twitch and was going to try to log back in, but I'll wait until we're at a break.
Once he comes back, I'm gonna pull him.
I must get closer.
The one thing that I have not tried to play with at all, just because I know I'm not ready yet, is DPSing while I am healing.
Yeah, that'll be the next big step. Because ultimately, that's going to be a pretty big part of your identity as a Mistweaver or Fist-weaving monk. Is
Yeah. That made me nervous when you said that, because I really don't like that part of DPSing and healing. Like, I'd much rather just be a healer, and all I have to do is worry about healing people. I don't want to also have to be worried about, because I tunnel way too bad. And that's a really hard habit to break. And so if I'm going to be responsible for people's healing, I need to not also be looking at boss health and stuff. So I'm hoping that there is a way to play this without having to DPS also.
I haven't really had much experience with it in this expansion, but in BFA there was the option. It was just worse. If you are willing to accept that you are going to be playing suboptimally, then you can still probably just heal at range and not worry about fist weaving at all.
Let's be fair. I think I'm pretty okay with playing suboptimally.
I know. I'm just saying at some point
I've demonstrated that.
at some point you'll have mana issues or you'll have throughput issues, and the answer isn't going to be throw your hands in the air and say monk sucks. It's that you just have no interest in playing it the way that it was likely designed to be played.
Yeah. I'm sure that is it. I don't like it. I don't like it when they do that with healing specs. Like, just let it be a healer. Why does it also have to be a DPS? Why can't it just be the one thing? Like, it's not, well, it's different as a tank because you're going to be doing DPS because you're going to be focusing on the mobs, but it's super disruptive for me. I find personally, which is one of the reasons why I don't usually stick with healing. It's super disruptive to me to have the expectation be that I'm going to be toggling back and forth between stupid players that are standing in stuff that they could be avoiding and watching my own feet as I stand in stuff that I should be avoiding and deal with mobs. Like, I just don't, I'm not set up for that. And that's way too much work for something that I'm supposed to just be having fun doing. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
That is not the kind of fun that I have playing this game.
Something to keep in mind then, I think, as you get towards closer to max level, is start seeing if the fist weaving, the melee DPS to regen your mana and get a little bit of, healing boost is something you like or not. Because I think, at least in some content, it will be, I don't want to say mandatory, but it will be expected for you to be able to perform at that level.
Yeah, it's probably why I will never be a key healer.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, even as a raid healer, though, like, if your mana is just gone in the first 90 seconds of every fight, and the answer is you regen by fist weaving, and you say, well, I don't like that, like, yes, I want to respect your desire to be a strong, independent woman that don't need no man. Also, you need to have mana.
I was assured that I would have a space in the raid group whether I played good or not.
Oh, for sure, you absolutely do. I'm just saying, like, as a low Grey T parsing DPS. Just,
I see. I didn't know there was a caveat. My mistake.
It's easier to carry bad DPS.
Always.
I mean, DPS is just having fun.
Would you look at that? Maybe I
Make it.
underestimated
I made it. You pulled that way faster than I was actually going to get to you, so that's kind of on you. I don't even feel bad about that. And I have no way to res you, because
Okay.
I'm going to hang out over here and do one of these, and then I'll res.
So another element to being a healer you may want to consider is keeping up.
Maybe make sure that your healer is in range of you before you start pulling stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't heal right anyway.
And this is why I don't stick with healing.
I do believe you when you say, though, that you just don't like the individual responsibility of being the only healer in the situation.
No, I don't mind it on leveling dungeons, and you would have been fine had I actually been with you, but even mounted, you guys ran way farther than I did, and I slowed down to make sure I didn't pull that giant dude. I don't even know what he is. Mountain troll looking guy. Yeah, you can go now because I'm here and in range of you.
I'll wait for everybody else to get back.
Okay,
Or if I can just pull this 3-pack, maybe we can start smaller.
sure. But I really only ever did that with the shaman too, because the only times you get in trouble, like sure, it's fine to DPS when there's nothing going on or there's other people to help, but like I just don't pivot that quickly. There, see how much better that was when you actually had heals? You can give you a shield. It's probably not the right time to use that, but I don't really know what the right time is yet.
At the very beginning of a pull, or to save my life. If I suddenly, I'm mounting up and we need to move quickly together, so I need you to mount up and run fast. Or chi torpedo twice, or whatever you're gonna do. Because the ground here gets fired upon by the ship, so we can't just stay put waiting for folks. So you'll find like tank damage tends to spike at the very beginning, especially if it's a class that needs a second to get its like defensive stuff up and running. So that would be a good time for a shield. Or like waiting for that DR to fall off. Like if you are a class that's using a charge, like if you're healing a paladin, for example, you wait for his Shield of the Righteous to fall off, and then you know that he's about to take a couple of good lumpy hits until he can get his next charge back. That would be another good time to shield. Or when you know that like there's a boss ability that's going to wreck my face, then you can, proactively do it. Or just, there is, I guess, some just sit on it until I just get dipped below half health and always use it there as an emergency button. But I find you get more use out of it if you can come up with like predictive, these are the times I know I'm going to use it. It's, if you want to coordinate with me or whoever you're healing for as the tank, just be like, hey, I'm going to bubble you at the very beginning of the pull. That way I know I don't need to use my tanking cooldown right now because I'll have an absorb shield up for the first 10 seconds.
So you're like a career healer, but you're also like a very good gamer. So you probably really like the aspect. Like I know, having run high keys with you, that sometimes people will die because you're too busy DPSing because you're focused on how much DPS you're doing on the meters and trying to out DPS the DPS.
It has happened, yeah.
So you probably really like that aspect of healing, don't you?
I actually don't love it. It depends on the content. If it's like chill content, then I actually like it quite a bit. If it's focused content, like when we were trying to get KSM, I'm not healing this time, but in BFA as the KSM healer, I did not want to have to worry too much about damage as the Resto Druid. Like I was not spending a lot of time in cat form, some, but not as much as like some YouTubers or streamers might recommend that you try to spend your whole time in cat and like, oh, let people get to 20%, it's fine, they'll use their health stone. I was a little bit more like, my primary job is to keep you alive, and then if I have time, I'll do some damage. Just because if you get, like, I think it's best to look at health as like a team game. Like if we succeed or fail, it almost never is it just that you didn't have enough healing throughput. Often it's, somebody took avoidable damage or we missed an interrupt or something. It's almost always like a team problem, a we problem, than it is a you problem. But that being said, it's tough when somebody dies and you have a full bar of mana. It's hard to be like, well, I don't know that I couldn't have done nothing about that. I was doing a shit ton of damage though, did you see that? Yeah, it's much harder to accept that had to happen that way when in earnest it probably didn't. So that's why I stopped playing the Holy Paladin, 2 expansions ago when they made it a melee class that required you to be in melee to be successful. I don't mind it when it's optional. I don't mind it when it's like a fun thing for downtime. I don't like it when it's baked in.
Yeah.
Like disc, I guess, is actually like sort of a counterpoint, counterintuitive response to that, because I don't mind discipline healing, but that's like the healing is or the DPS is the healing. It's not like a byproduct or a thing I have to be doing to generate mana or something. All the damage I do is healing my party, so that feels like a little bit more one-to-one. I'm involved in healing, if that makes any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care for it when it matters. Like if we're trying to down, you know, a heroic progression boss, or if I'm healing a 16 that we're trying to get in time. I don't like the push of, well, you only did 4k DPS on that one. Oh man, this one streamer I watched does like 8k DPS because he's using his Convoke always aggressively, and he shifts into balance for him to do it. And that is cool, but I sometimes don't have the comfortability, or I just don't want to be that guy that wipes us while I'm trying to, you know, orange parse my DPS numbers, when I feel like my primary job is keeping everybody alive. Like if we're missing DPS checks because as a healer I'm only doing 70% the damage of a DPSer, then probably we have other problems. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my issue with it. It's like, I'm the one that's going to get blamed when people die, and I am not also going to be the person that gets blamed if we don't kill things fast enough because I'm not DPSing, because my primary focus is to make sure that you all live.
I mean, that being
That's
said,
it.
I do have a problem in a raid fight when somebody's like 40% overhealing, but they have like, you know, only 80% active time and 0 damage on the boss. Where it's like if you're only overhealing and there's not a lot of actual healing that needs to be done, you should be throwing damage spells. Like, and that's probably, I don't want to say a big difference between raiding and keys, but maybe that is what the distinction is. I don't like it when our healing team sits, you know, at 75% mana while there's no healing going on and there's no damage on the boss. You know, you look at somebody who's 40% overheal for that fight, ending the fight at 70% mana, but has literally 0 damage on the boss, and it's like, clearly there was some downtime here, which is, I think, a part of raid healing. You need to be maximizing that time, and what would be the harm in throwing, you know, 10 mana-free wraths in that window? You weren't healing anyway.
But see, I think that again, you've got a team of healers, so
Right.
it's not like the success or failure of the group rests solely with that one person. So then, yeah, of course I would DPS in that situation.
I don't have a go fast button yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have 3 rolls. That's pretty great.
That is pretty great. Yes.
Oh.
Huh.
So at what point will I learn what DPS spells I should be casting to get mana back? Or is it just any DPS spells?
You eventually, like, I think you probably already have the passive Teachings of the Monastery, but it'll walk you through it. I don't think you're ever really using anything more than Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, and Rising Sun.
I do not have Tiger Palm yet. Oh wait. No, I do. Sorry. That's a DPS spell. I thought there was something else called Tiger something that I could get soon. Let me look at my talents.
I cannot attack that target.
Nope. Oh, Tiger's Lust was one of the things that I could have chosen from last
It's a fun
time.
talent, yeah. It's a haste buff that you can give to someone else, which is kind of an interesting...
I could get a haste buff to give to you. I'm sorry I took the extra roll instead.
I like the extra roll too. Like, there are some raid circumstances where you might want to consider that if you have, you know, an especially slow-moving person in your raid who has to be responsible for something. Then you can give them the 40% sprint.
How are you liking DK tanking compared to Bear?
I don't like it anywhere near as much, if I'm being honest. I was talking about it at the very beginning of the stream, but like, I have a hard time, at least at this stage. It might get better because I don't have all of my abilities yet, but I have a hard time with AoE threat. Like, with the Bear, I can just spam, swipe, and thrash every 3 or 4 seconds. But this, I've got like Death and Decay and a 15-second cooldown, and so if something is not in that, I'm in a bad spot. Because I gotta wait 15 very long seconds to get that AoE back, and then I just got Blood Boil, which again is only a 7-second cooldown, but feels like it's taking forever. And nothing I have hits more than 2 targets, except for Death and Decay and Blood Boil. And so I just feel like it's hard to... I spend a lot of my time taunting, which I don't think is super fun.
Sorry, that wolf was just hitting me in the face.
Yeah, that's part of the problem I was talking about. And it's like, yes, I do technically have 2 taunts. One is the grip and one is a taunt, but still, like, it's not fun to... I was able to, you know, grab threat on these 2 guys and a little bit of AoE threat on this 3rd one, and then I just have to taunt the 2 that weren't in D&D or that somebody pulled early or something.
Were there quests in here? I didn't see any.
Oh, I don't think I did either.
Oh, well, let's not do any more of these dungeons. Is it because we chose Burning Crusade? Will we only get quests in Burning Crusade dungeons?
I don't know.
That seems silly, but...
I think at some point I must get, like, either a cooldown reduction mechanic or maybe multiple charges of Blood Boil, because I just can't imagine that's supposed to be like my snap threat grab. I can't imagine that exists as, you know, once every 10 seconds. Well, this guy's gonna go for it? Alright.
Nice.
I'm gonna need some healing.
Okay.
Oh no, he got it to him. Good.
I got you, boo.
And I'm not sure about Rune Tap. I thought I loved it, and now I'm thinking it's stupid.
I was wrong.
It's just, it's a 25-second cooldown, but it reduces all damage I take by 20% for 4 seconds. So it's a very short window of time, so like you have to and it's like, you have to have a very specific instance in mind for its use. But the fact that it's available all the time is super strange to me. Because like it's such a narrow window to find a use for it, but then at the same time it's like, we're gonna give it to you all the time, man. You'll be able to use this shit non-stop.
I just got Transcendence and Transcendence. That's weird. Why did I get 2? I got one that's purple, Transcendence Transfer,
Yep.
and then regular Transcendence.
So one of them is you put down your spiritual body, and the other button will teleport you back to that location.
I see. I see.
Also,
And I made it to level 32.
reading the spell explains the spell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I got Asphyxiate.
All right. Are we queuing again?
Yeah, that's fine with me. You want to try a Burning Crusade this time?
Well, we can try another of the regular ones and see which one we queue for faster and just see if we get something from it next time.
No, we'll just alternate.
I also didn't get a satchel from that.
WoD, I don't know, did satchels.
Oh, forget that then.
But they're better dungeons in my mind.
Yeah. Well.
And they're dungeons that existed, like, after my class was invented, so I don't feel like I'm totally at a loss sometimes.
That's probably fair. Oh, I've done this one and I couldn't figure out where to turn in the quest, so I hope that I find it. Is this the one where we rescue Thrall?
Yeah.
Nice.
She should just appear at the end of the RP at the very end of the dungeon.
Yeah. The people appeared, but there was nobody turn in the quest at. Wait, this is the same person. I need a pack of incendiary bombs.
You are a pack of incendiary bombs.
Because I'm the bomb?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this class feels slow-moving to me. That,
That is what I've heard about DKs.
well, like, and I thought I got something. I don't get Death's Advance, which is my movement ability, until level 42. That sucks.
That does kind of suck.
Yeah, not a big fan of that. And my big defensive cooldown, Icebound Fortitude, I apparently don't get until 38. I don't love those. That's not cool. Oh, I do get, so Blood Boil does get a second charge at level 24, that'll help.
I forgot about some things.
Hmm.
It's Mystic Touch. Ooh. Ooh, I get Thunder Focus T
Mm-hmm.
at the next level.
Managing the T's was my least favorite part.
I have to manage something? Gross.
Don't make me do stuff.
What are the T's? How does that work?
I don't know the changes, so I don't want to steer you the wrong way by telling you what I remember from MOP or BFA. But there was like Thunder Focus T gives you an extra ability based on the T, or based on the spell that you're using. It'll like make Vivify cast twice, or it will have Renewing Mist fire off an extra something, or it'll make something cost no mana.
Where did you go?
Up.
Where did you go?
Up.
Okay. Sorry, everybody was pinging in another direction, so I thought you were going to go back down.
Okay.
I just screwed the hunter. Oh no! They saw through my stuff. Oh, all the way back at the beginning? What the shit?
Mm-hmm. I was just talking and clearing trash. To my knowledge, that stuff doesn't respawn, so even after we place the bombs, that trash will still be there and needing to be killed.
I wasn't sure if there was an order that we had to do it. The last time I was here, we did do that side first. We did the downstairs stuff first.
Yeah, well, you have to free the slaves. I said I was talking with you and trying to remember what exactly they do. But there was also like Manatee to I think it just gives you now. I think rather than regenerating mana, it's just a period of 0 cost for your spells or 50% cost for your spells. So like you're gonna want to time that with your need to whenever you need to spam Vivify or Essence Font for Manatee, and then the Thunder Focus T is in a raid setting at least. It was always best used in connection or in conjunction with the Renewing Mist, just so you got more Renewing Mists out. But I think I remember liking it for Vivify in Keys. But really, you'll have to figure that out on your own or do some reading, because I have no modern monk experience for that. Plus, I am taking like the super long way back.
Yeah, I am also. I was trying to figure out how the hunter and the warrior.
The southeastern side of the map.
Yep. That is where I am going right now. Would have been faster to run, I think.
Yeah, it literally would have been. This is always one of my least favorite dungeons.
Sorry.
It's okay. There are some great, truly great BC dungeons, but I don't think this is one of them.
Alright, take 2. Did you go down?
Nope. Right here by the
No,
entrance.
you're right here.
And it is like pulling teeth to generate resources here. My Death Strike takes 45 runic power, and my primary generator generates like 8.
Alright. Lead the way.
It's like once every 10 or 15 seconds I get to heal for 5% of my health. Which, for a class that's supposed to be doing a ton of self-healing because it doesn't mitigate a lot, is not a good amount. Did they already get this bomb? Nope. So somebody wanted to clear these areas out but didn't want to do the bombs. Definitely yell at me for wanting to clear trash everywhere first, but then don't do the job.
Alright, now are we going in the keep?
Cool. No, we have to get all 5 bombs placed. So you can click on the drums. They're like barrels inside each of these rooms. All 5 bunkhouses are going to have to be cleared.
Okay. I don't like that you have to run so far with this one. Like, next we'll have to run to Terran Mill, and I don't like that everything is so far apart.
Yeah, and there's a lot of waiting for stuff. That's what I'm saying. I just think it was a poorly designed dungeon.
Yeah.
No
I get
offense.
it from, like, a role-playing perspective. The first time you play it, it's probably like, oh, that's so cool. But on the replay, not so much. Oh, there's the barrels. Okay. I didn't see what you were talking about.
Going inside this building.
I was about to say blinked right in after you, but I rolled right in after you. This character doesn't blink. Well, I mean, I guess I can't say that. I'm sure it blinks.
I don't like this
Maybe.
Avil person.
No, not so much.
Can we start clearing? That's what we're doing, asshole. I mean, literally, that's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing for the last 2 minutes. To the point where you want to ask, like, do you know what that word means? Like, or maybe I should ask you what you think it means?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't feel like I do enough self-healing yet for this to be any fun. I feel like I just get, as longtime viewer of the channel would say, get my poop pushed in. Like a lot. I'm upstairs and you are not. Make hustle.
I was healing you and you were running away. That's why. So you were mounted before I was. Oh, I'm disoriented. Use a cooldown. I'll res you. Just give me
Yes.
a second. Thank you. Stuff's hitting you like a truck.
That's what, like I was telling you, the whole point of DK tanking is that ultimately I want to get hit hard because then my Death Strike will heal for a lot more, but I have like some measure of survivability that happens before all of that. I just feel like I don't have the health pool or the self-healing to support that. This stuff feels like each of those hits is taking me for like 20% of my health, and then the healing is 5%. It's not doing enough healing to compensate, and I'm wearing full heirlooms, but I don't understand. It seems like a very low. And it's hard, like, I think BC especially was very fond of like these big pulls of like, 15, well that's hyperbolic, but 5 or 6 guys in each pull.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not really supported by like modern game design. The Marrow Rend, I have to keep these charges up for Bone Shield, but every time I get meleeed by something, I lose a charge. So when there's 5 or 6 things up at once, I'm losing 5 or 6 charges every cycle of auto swings, and I can only generate 3 every 3 seconds. So I just feel like...
Oh. Ads out front.
Yeah, you were standing in their spawn spot.
Oh. Oh, and there's nobody that can res me. Oh, you can battle res me.
No, not yet.
Ah, damn it. Are we releasing?
I don't see an option.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Thanks, I hate it.
Yep. Plus, I remember this last time when we leveled, I did not like the way Burning Crusade stuff scaled. It always felt like it was really hard compared to other expansions or the level of my gear. And I don't know what the scaling issue is, but it feels like it's incorrect. Because then we'll turn around and go do something from Warlords of Draenor or something else, and it's basically effortless.
Are you risking the dragon, or are you just gonna run?
I don't want to have to kill all of these bears, so I'm going to try the dragon one more time, but... It's up to you.
Nope, I'll take it if you're gonna take it too.
Just because all of those bears are, like, maximum aggro range for me. They're all yellow mobs, so... I will pull everything. And the last thing I want is to die a 5th time on stream.
I'm sorry, I'm healing, so I feel like anyone watching should, take that with a grain of salt.
Well, I'm a shitty tank at this exact moment, just... The Death Strike is not healing for damn near anything at all. Look at that, the Warrior is out healing me. My Death Strike is doing less healing than his Victory Rush. Just like the capstone to the day I'm having.
Thrall, you didn't really think you would escape, did you? You and your allies shall answer to Blackmore, after I've had my fun.
Eventually, like, I don't remember when it is. I don't remember if it's a class feature or a talent or something, but eventually I get the ability to take like 30 or 50% less damage when I'm at 30% health or lower. So eventually, like, it becomes really tricky to actually kill a DK. But we feel like a forever trip away from that.
The other group that I ran this one with before, Thrall died.
Nice.
I didn't know I was supposed to heal him, and nobody was doing anything near him. They just ran out. That's why I was standing in the doorway to the castle. And that pack killed me because everybody was just waiting there and nobody was hanging out with Thrall. And then he died because they all mounted up and ran away.
Nice.
Yeah. So I just set focus on him to make sure that I actually throw him some heals if he needs them.
If somebody runs ahead like this and kills all the marauders, it shouldn't be an issue, but...
This is the part that's like, really? We're just gonna cruise through the countryside? Okay.
I think the first time when you're like, oh, fuck yeah, let's ride with Thrall.
Yeah!
Low res, old art Thrall for the 117th time. It starts to lose some of its novelty. Got me a bear pelt.
Yes! I like your battle boar.
Thanks. Gotta repair.
Many wares.
Sorry.
Got this shit ass healer that lets me die a bunch.
God, who even invited this monk? Can we just kick him already?
Normally I would give you some shit, but I really feel like it's me.
Hi, Blanchy. It's young Blanchy.
I am a slave no longer.
I guess we'll fight everything outside. Why funnel it into a tight little area where I can cleave it?
We're gonna go upstairs, right?
No, I think we go into the cathedral, don't we, first?
Well, I don't know.
And apparently people are not going to join me in the inn, so...
I heard there was no room.
This day is long.
No, too soon.
Hell
ready.
is other people. Plus, something keeps giving me like a 4-second stun in every one of these pulls, and I hate it.
I just saw that. I don't know if it was something I could dispel. I've been dispelling as I am able to.
I feel like almost certainly yes, but...
Come outside and face your fate. Aretha's life hangs in the
Look at you with your fancy mount.
No
Why is his so much bigger?
Because he's a Tauren and he's probably wearing a potion.
Oh. Are you guys showing off how big they are right now?
I guess. I was gonna answer, like, it's just genetics.
Is he bigger than me? So, did you vote for what movie you want to watch for movie night?
I voted for all of them.
You did? There has to be at least one that you want to watch more than the others. Wait, did you vote for Grandma's Boy?
I don't remember what I voted for, actually.
This hunter is super impatient.
That's what I mean, like, I had to use both taunts there.
I apparently can't do anything about that curse. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you can only do disease and magic. Maybe poison, too.
Magic, poison, and disease, yep. Is he just intentionally pulling off of you?
No, that's just the dragon breath. That's normal. I mean, I guess I don't know what's in his heart.
Then he was just standing in it. Okay.
Ooh, Reaver of the Infinite. Now, I think eventually What's Her Bucket comes here for the turn-in.
Okay. Well, let's wait and see.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you.
In the meantime, I'm going to make use of your mammoth. And this one gave us a satchel of goods.
May your feet
Oh,
find good
goody.
trails. Crunches, lucky doos and roots. May your feet find
You
good
need a
trails.
scroll of protection.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like almost certainly.
Hey! Turn in.
That hardly seemed worth it.
But I got boots.
I did
And
not
as it
get
turns
boots.
out, I needed boots.
You want to do one more?
Yeah.
I got something. Oh, I got on a pale horse. My mounted speed is faster.
Nice.
Why do I get that before I get your running speed is faster? I twitch. Next level Heart Strike starts giving me more runic power, so that will maybe make a big bit of difference if Heart Strike starts giving me 5.
Come on, dungeon with quests. Come on, dungeon with quests.
I don't think we've done. Is this Auchendoon? Oh, it is typical.
Quests! Woo woo. Oh, it would be very nice to get to 35 tonight.
How close are you?
I'm 33 and a half.
That's probably doable.
I don't know that I'll get there in this dungeon because I don't have rest XP anymore.
You just can't have no in your heart.
I'm pretty sleepy though. I'm not sure I could play another one after this if I don't make it.
Oh. I guess you can have sleepy in your heart.
I can't have sleepy in my heart. And I do. You know what zone I didn't really like leveling in when this was the current expansion? The purple one, Netherstorm.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a lot of time there. I think I had already reached max level by that point. And so I remember doing some quests there just when I was clearing things out, like trying to get the quest completes in all of the zones done, but I didn't, or maybe I didn't like it because I didn't have to go there for leveling. I'm not sure. What was your least favorite zone in Burning Crusade?
I mean, honestly, probably Thunderstorm. I have to look at a map again to make sure, but that's the one I spent the least amount of time in for sure. I liked Blade's Edge Mountain, but that was difficult to navigate. And
Yeah, that was real rough before
all
flying.
of the weird lava in Shadow Moon was sometimes not my favorite, but
Yeah, Shadow Moon was kind of a weird place too. That's where we had to go get the dragon eggs, right? For the rep. I had a lot of fun farming those.
oh, I thought that was a path. I am wrong. Sorry.
No, no worries.
Well, I gotta be honest, the extra Heart Strike stuff. Look at the Thunderclap. Could you just spell that, please?
I can
Never
now.
mind.
Yes. Sorry, it was on cooldown.
That reduces my movement speed by 40%, so you should probably prioritize that above whatever else you dispelled instead.
I think it was just dispelling it off of somebody else at the time. Like, I have 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. I can't. But I will get it off of you as soon as I can. Although I want you to know it's interrupting my casting of Soothing Mist.
What?
I cannot instant cast that while I'm casting Soothing Mist. It's almost perfect. Good news, my reputation with Lower City increased by 9.
That is good news. Happy to hear that. Those guys are notoriously hard to get on the good side of.
I remember what a big decision it was to decide whether you were going to go Alder or what was the other one?
Scryer.
Scryer. I went Scryer.
You were a Blood Elf.
Yeah, it's true. I was. For seconds.
I'm less concerned while I'm just stationary.
Good, because they just keep applying it on
Yeah.
you. Hello, new quest. Oh, what is that guy standing in?
That Cloud Serpent. I had to taunt the Ravager off first, and that's just them's the breaks. If you are an impatient twat, you get what you get.
have one of the 3 cobalt eyes so far. Am I behind?
I have 1 of 3 also.
Okay,
So
good.
if you are, I am. Which unfortunately is pretty likely.
Nope, this guy looks like he's gonna have one too.
On account of he's got eyes.
And he's a cobalt.
No, I don't think he is a kobold.
No, cobalt. He's a cobalt serpent. And he had an eye!
Mm-hmm.
Not the eyes. Don't do anything with the eyes. So we are currently rewatching the American release of The Office. We just finished that episode. It was very funny.
The eyes are the groin of the head.
I mean, probably, yeah. I'd be pretty upset if something happened to my eyes. Does monk healing get more powerful? How would you rank the healers right now in WoW? From most powerful to least powerful.
Define powerful. I'm stunned, and you have to run away from that spirit.
I'm dead.
Remember, you gotta run from the ghosts.
Yes, I was detoxing you and then died.
Oh, that's instant cast. You can do that and move.
You want to know the only downside to mouse over macros?
Hmm.
I move with my mouse.
Mm-hmm. That guy had my 3rd cobalt eye.
Nice. Okay, well, I released an IM at the beginning, so I will be there shortly. Nope. I went the wrong way.
When you catch up to us, remember to go up and over the hill. That'll make sense once you're here, I think.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm coming up the ramp now.
Sorry, I'm dead. This is the
I guess I
least
could've
amount of fun I've
waited.
had in a lobby dungeon in a very long time.
I'm sorry. I could have waited for res, I guess, from one of the other guys.
I used the 1 healing potion I had and everything.
Aww. Okay. Up and over the hill. To avoid the birds?
Yep.
Yay. Okay,
I need
I
to
made it.
target something first.
No, you ran away! Let me heal you! There. That is at least enough to make sure that you don't die.
Is it though? Goodness. I do feel like... Oh, good. Right into the next pull. Perfect.
I'm gonna give you that. Just in case. Because I can't do anything about that curse. I'm sorry. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm feared for 4 seconds. That was miserable. Is that something that needs to be interrupted, or?
I'm sure we're missing a ton of stuff. It also feels bad because I think, aside from Hades, our DPS seems very low.
Should I release, or are you guys close
I'm
enough that I
halfway
should
back
wait?
with Hades, but neither of us can res.
Okay. I am releasing then.
I don't know where the other people are.
That was a mess. Do you want to line of sight it back into the other room?
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice really. Oh, good. Hades has brought all this shit to us.
Yeah, it was pretty far forward. I'll be there as quick as I can.
No, I mean he's gonna get us all dead again. I don't even have Lichborn yet. Cool.
Well, that would be what keeps fearing us.
Yes, there are like 4 mobs that are casting fear. I spent like 12 seconds just in chain fear.
Alright, that one dead. And I'm dead again. Wow, this sucks.
I heard earlier someone say that this was the least fun they've ever had in a leveling dungeon ever. And I agree with that guy.
Have it from a valid source, a streamer that I like to watch.
He said on stream that this particular evening was the worst night of his life ever. Just blame. I think it's like everybody has, like, if you'll pardon the vulgarity, like big dick syndrome, where it's just, this is old content, so I don't need to do anything. I don't need to line of sight. I don't need to wait for the tank. I don't need to interrupt. I don't need to dispel. I don't need to use defensives. I don't even need to use DPS cooldowns because this shit's all just gonna fall over and give me my stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to a degree, I kind of feel like that's maybe sort of what leveling dungeons should feel like. I hate that, like, a leveling dungeon has to take 40 minutes because we have to, like, I have to type out line of sight and then explain what LOS means to people and then methodically pull this dungeon one at a time. It just, people are not giving it the respect it's due, but I also kind of feel like maybe that shouldn't be how it's supposed to work.
Well, I think at a certain point, like, sure, in your up to 20s, it's no big deal, and everybody can kind of do all the roles, right? You don't have to be specialized, but you reach a certain point where you kind of got to do your role, and you got to use your tools. And I think we're probably at that level.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have access to a Ring of Peace.
I don't have that, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm saying just like a mass disruption, like a way to stun or silence folks.
Keep running, keep running. Oh, are you kidding me? We got the birds. No, we got them almost dead. That was irritating. Okay, now everybody is all together. Are we line of sighting or... Oh, we killed enough of this stuff. Preemptively give you one of those and give you that.
There's the fear. It's
Yep,
the
I saw
prophets,
it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was the Talon Lord. I was watching him.
That's okay. At that time, it didn't fear everyone. It only feared a couple of people. I think I was far enough away. I must have been standing in melee. So I was actually able to do something about it.
I'll watch the interrupt on the fear and the prophet if I can. Oh, he does.
Nice. Hey, look at that! We're doing mechanics! Yay! No, go away, ghost.
I got the curse, but not the heal.
Whew, that was so much easier doing mechanics. Imagine that. The one thing I don't like is the range on my Touch of Death. I wish that I could do that from farther away. I'd like to be able to touch people from farther away.
I guess get a familiar?
Yes, I would like this very much, please. Please and thank you.
Line of sight.
Oh, thunder. You better honk, buddy. Oh, and why are you line of sighted to me? Boop-a-doop-boo. Now we turn in?
I mean, apparently. I thought there was more to this dungeon, but...
Oh, I think there's been enough.
Oh my god. It's alright, I'll be there never. At least I got double blood boil now.
Nice. Was that worth a level for you?
Mm-hmm. I'm at 24.
I am very close to 35. Let's see how...
Maybe the quest does it?
No.
Did you turn in the other ones that were like mid-dungeon?
I did. I'm 6 bubs and a touch away. Oh, it's not so bad. Very close.
You're the one with the early morning. One more, or we calling it?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Oh, with these idiots?
No, we don't have to. Let's leave.
Say the only
Let's leave the group.
leave instance queue.
Okay, leave instance queue. Done. Leaving instance queue.
Because I feel like Thunder or Hades was the only good one. I don't want to be stuck with Thunder Thighs.
Okay. Alright, sounds good.
He was the only
Gonna
good
come
one.
in here. Gonna browse this dude's wares.
Sorry, I forgot I had lead.
That's okay.
It's like, well, any time now.
Oh no! I have a head item that's leather that isn't collected. I must collect it.
Easy there, Ash Ketchum.
Well, I don't have a lot of leather stuff to begin with, so I have to take advantage of the opportunity to get as much as possible.
Fair.
Otherwise, my person's always going to look a little frumpy.
For Azeroth. The Vanguard is falling. We will not let this great
So when
sacrifice be
leveling,
in vain.
because I actually haven't leveled anybody all the way through using Chromie time,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, when leveling, does the quests like turn green
In here.
and gray in the different zones, or are they always valid regardless of where you are in the leveling process and which zone you're in.
Yes and no. There will eventually be some stages that you like age out of, but it's in broad like 20 level increments. There's like a 0 to 10, a 10 to 30, and then or 10 to 20, and then a 20 to 60 zone, or 10
Okay.
10 to 50, 20 to 50 rather.
I should probably check into that because I moved on since we weren't questing.
Any non like vanilla expansion should be enough to get you from 10 to current content, 10 to 50, and then you just do 50 to 60 in.
Right.
You gonna heal me?
Yep. Forgot my soothing mist. That's why that was taking so long. Sorry about that. What I was saying, what I was trying to ask was, I specifically moved to the next zone next to the area that we were questing in, the starting area in Burning Crusade. You know, with the serpent dungeons. Zangermarsh, right? Is
Sure.
that what it's called?
Mhm.
I moved into Zangermarsh and picked up all of the intro quests in that area because I didn't want to keep questing in the other area in Hellfire Peninsula without you. But I haven't done anything since then, and I have literally gotten like 15 levels. So I'm not sure if those quests.
They should still be good XP quests. Like I think the
Okay.
expansion was supposed to be like age proof, if you appreciate what I'm saying.
Perfect. Okay. So I can go back and do that when we're not doing dungeons. Forgot I was still in this weird guild that just invited me randomly.
At least you have a guild.
Do you want me to see if I can invite you to this guild?
No?
Do you want it to say "went the wrong way" above your name?
No. Not that.
I guess I could just wait until she's 60 and then move her over to RTM. If I decide to keep her. I have not been back to play the rogue. I probably should. But I wanted to see if I could like monk healing since we were talking about raid healers.
Yeah, you won't like raid healing with her, probably.
I require a target.
No?
Well, your raid leader's gonna want to know why you don't have mana, and he's gonna tell you to fist weave.
No, but I will be more akin to trying it if there are other healers there that can back me up.
Sure. I think that was Feisty's initial like problem with it, was it's fine, but it only really works the way it's supposed to work when you're fist weaving.
It's weird that they would make it that way. Like, your healing spells work at range. Why can't you be a range person? My class fantasy is to be as far away from other people as possible.
Mine too.
And to not have to worry about standing in boss AoE around his legs. Or her legs. Their legs. Hate this monk already has her no piece. I'm gonna get that someday. I'm doing it. Oh, that shaman's gonna die. What are they doing? Like literally running into every single one of those traps? No! You're too young to die.
So let me get this right. The traps on the floor are bad?
That shaman had it coming.
I don't think you can say that.
Well, I'm pretty sure they ran around and stood in every single one of those traps. And I didn't want you to die, and you got much closer than I would have liked you to have gotten.
Yeah, like I have, like I said, that rune tap is fine, and Death Strike's almost rotational. I don't really have like a great, oh my god, oh shit button. Like stuff has gone real bad. Ooh, I'm on his team.
I got you.
This is another one of those dungeons where I'm doing like the second highest DPS, and that makes me wonder about what we're doing here.
Makes you question your life choices.
A little bit, yeah. I hate this dungeon specifically because of all the stuns. Everything here has got like a 2-second stun, and I just spent like 6 seconds of the last 8 stunned.
Alright, I need to get mana after this. Thanks. You can pull as long as you're careful and you know that I'm getting mana. This is the first time I've had to stop and drink, though. But that was just because of those stupid bombs and how much damage everybody was taking. And all those instant casts, enveloping winds and vivifies. Because I like instant cast stuff.
I know this about you.
Also, guess what? Just over a bub.
Nice.
When you are a shaman, you can remove your own curse.
It's not really how DPS work.
I am the mage, I remove my own curses. Someone is named Nah Dude in my guild.
Fun.
And he just got to level 40. Nah Dude. That's N-A-H-H. Dude. Bo, you and those stinking traps, buddy. Come on.
What's worse is if I happen to be near him, I also explode.
I got all my titles. Fun. I can be Fun Sponge, the Delver of the Vaults. Or Fun Sponge of the Four Winds. Yay. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my other titles that just became available. I don't know what those were gated behind and why level 35 was when I got access to them, because it's not all the titles that I've ever unlocked.
Probably just the ones that require level 35.
Probably.
That'd be my guess.
Oh, I also have an unspent talent point. Alright, do I want Tiger Tail Sweep? Oh, Ring of Peace. Oh, I can't get it in combat. But what if I want to use it right away? Rude.
See? Stunned again. This whole fucking time. Just sit on your hands and do nothing. Hope whatever AoE threat you got off before they got in melee was enough to hold.
Give me Ring of Peace.
I'm out of range.
I now have Ring of Peace.
Good.
And because I wasn't really paying attention, I let somebody die. Because I was playing with things on my bars. That seems right.
That's not where that goes.
Nobody's the first one I've ever made. It's amazing. What do you want from me? I'm easy to entertain. Level are you now?
25.
And where did you start when we started playing
21.
tonight? 21.
Or maybe 20. I don't remember.
I'm surprised it took you so long in your first queue as a tank.
Yeah, I had a full group. I just literally was waiting on a healer. There were just no healers.
I must get closer.
Line is hiding.
No, everybody doesn't want to behave for that, so.
You mustn't
Alright.
let him loose!
I'm gonna give you that shield just in case.
What is this? What have you done? You'll ruin everything!
That was my DPS. I didn't do a lot, but I did a little bit.
Yeah. You did
Was
do
that
a little
awful?
bit. No, I think like by percentages, that's I think right where like a healer should be when they're doing healer DPS. Very well done.
I didn't have any mana, so there was
Yeah.
nothing else for me to do.
Like 40-ish% of a DPS. That's
Nice. Hey. All right. And I made it to 35. Thank you so much. I'm
Mhm.
actually 35 and a half.
that's
So
even
I'm
better.
going to park myself and get some rest XP after I clear my bags.
Yeah, well, you guys don't have to watch us do housekeeping stuff. Thank you very much for watching us for kind of a off-schedule, impromptu date with Destiny.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Thursday with more. We might play a non-WoW game on Thursday, but we'll just see. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Bye.